Greetings and welcome to Armored Core Reforged, the series where I take the preset ACs of the game and optimize them to the best of my abilities, preferably making them viable in PvP. The process will consist of me going over the original build, then I will go over the upgraded version and all the thought behind it. And then finally, me and a volunteer will do a final PvP test to see which version of the build is indeed superior. As well as after this video goes up, I will be making a community post where you guys can vote as to which preset will be the next featured on Reforged. But all that said, you have yourself a very good one, and enjoy. Greetings! In this episode of Reforged, we'll be taking a look at our good old buddy Rusty in his Steel Haze, as well as Rusty's upgraded Steel Haze Ortis. Alrighty, starting with Steel Haze, this is a lightweight close-range fighter with a pinch of long-range capability. And for weapons, we have the Burst Handgun, a very good close-range, high rate of fire, high stagger build-up light weapon, very good for staying close and building up lots of stagger. And to pair, the Laser Slicer, melee weapon, very good when stagger is broken for a high chain of lots and lots of damage. Very nice, good boost into the attack, decent range for clipping, and yeah, the consecutive attacks are very, very nice. And for shoulder-mounted weaponry, we have the single variant of the plasma missile launcher, the VVC-73PM. Very nice for close range to medium range missile firing anyway, for good pressure and stagger buildup. Mainly for stagger, the damage is pretty nice on direct hit, but really just a nice shoulder weapon for stagger buildup potentially to pair with our SMG, or Burst Handgun. And then lastly, the Burst Rifle Rensetsu RF. Very good for medium to close range, good weapon for keeping up stagger if the enemy is too far for our Burst Handgun. And yeah, pretty alright for stagger buildup and some decent normal damage. And for the frame parts, all being Knockrier, allow for a much lighter and mobile build. The Knockrier legs have the basically the jump height and distance that you would get from a reverse joint, but without the insanely low stability. Still low, considerable. Right now we're at 1400 stability. That's not a lot. That's very, very little. But we are very fast, so we can potentially dodge around and plan on not getting hit indeed. As well as the Knockrier arms have amazing max firearm specialization, which help our FCS lock onto the target faster. And for inner parts, we have the Booster Alula. Very good for lightweights, especially aggressive lightweights, because of its high assault boost speed, only being beaten by the Brazil, making it the second fastest in the game, but not by a whole lot, so running this booster is very much worth it indeed. Its overall stats are nice, its weight is nice, and like I said, it favors towards lightweights, very much so, and that assault boost will allow us to catch up to even faster builds or kiting-esque ranged builds indeed. For FCS, the G2PO5, the max medium range assist, which is very strange considering, I mean, I guess not really. I guess the plan behind this is so that the AR can hit a lot at a medium range to soften them up, get closer, and rely on the Knockrier arms to carry in close range assists for the Burst Handgun indeed. And the Hakushu Generator for its decent weight, allowing us to hit 370, and pretty cool specs. Nice capacity as well as recharge. And then lastly, expansion Assault Armor for those mighty trades. Alrighty, and that is it for Steel Haze. We'll keep these features in mind when we do the upgrade, the Reforge. But before that, let's take into consideration Steel Haze Ortis. Starting with the weapons, we have the Needle Gun Viento. Super, super good. Probably the best weapon in the game for close range. Always consistent rapid fire stagger buildup. This does insane stagger. And then next we have the Laser Slicer, again, same reasons. Now for the shoulder weapons, we have the Needle Missile Launcher Cherno, which are very, very good, or at least they kind of were when the game first came out. They have now been more or less nerfed down to a state where you can't really just use them willy-nilly. You need to either wait till the enemy needs to stand still for an attack, whether they're firing a charge attack or, you know, a rocket, something like that, or they're assault boosting into you and they're too close to dodge and you kind of barrel stuff them. That's a super good use for them to build up nice lots amounts of stagger and some decent damage, but they're also really good for a ranged stagger punish as well. Their direct hit is pretty nuts. And then lastly, the Huxley Bullet Orbit. Super good for close range to keep up a lot of stagger. You only need to send it out, it will do its job and go back in and overheat. Its overheat can be quite a long time, but it is worth it. You can pop this guy out and spam dodges while you say your needle gun or something like that's reloading, and while you're even dodging around, this accuracy of the Huxley will remain. For frame parts, we've gone from Knockrier to the Alba series of parts. Very neat, very fast, still very light, but a little more muscle indeed than Knockrier. The arms don't have the max firearm specialization, but pretty damn close to it. And the legs don't have the same jump height, but still, they have pretty decent jump height. So pretty much this is just the same type of parts, just heavier and slower. For inner parts, the booster G2P04, a nice all-rounded booster rather than the Alula being more favored towards aggressive lightweights. We are still an aggressive lightweight, hell, even more because of our needle gun and Huxley, but yeah, an interesting choice of changing the booster to a all-rounded booster indeed. For FCS, they bought the max or second max close range assist FCS, only second to the Ocellus. And lastly, the exact same generator. And lastly, terminal armor for a last-ditch effort at a comeback. Alrighty, and now with both versions of Steel Haze, let's see if we can reforge a variant that carries over the same strength and the same speed, and mash them together and see what we've got. And to behold, Steel Haze Reforged. For the weapons, keeping the Viento as well as the Slicer as they are, or the Slicer anyway is the mainstay of the build, and the Viento is definitely the superior close-range stagger build-up machine. For shoulder weapons, keeping the Bullet Orbit for the exact same reasons Ortis had it, as it is really, really good to aiding in the status break indeed, as well as we can dodge around reloading our Vientos, and this will still fire and stay accurate. And then lastly, just another Viento, so we can actually run 2 Vientos with our Bullet Orbit stagger and then go in for the melee. And with our new frame of parts, we are actually achieving greater speed, or about the exact same speed as the original Steel Haze, but are much tankier, surprisingly even stronger than Steel Haze Ortis. The most important pieces are the Mind Beta head to counteract the loss in stability from the Alba legs, as well as the Bastio arms with their max melee specialization, so we get even more nuttier damage out of our Slicer. And for inner parts, switching back to the Alula as it is goated for lightweights. Switching the FCS to the superior Ocellus, as that is our range for our weapons, and with this FCS, it doesn't matter that we have Bastio arms, as Bastio arms have pretty bad melee spec, or not melee spec, wow. They have the best melee spec. They have bad firearm spec, so the Ocellus having max close range and us being in that FCS range will carry indubitably. Going with the VP20C generator for its stats in regeneration and capacity, as well as it helps us achieve our 370 speed threshold. And expansion going back to assault armor for, again, those mighty trades. But yes, this is my take on Rusty if I were to optimize him for a PvP build. As we can see, it's the same speed as original Steel Haze, but much faster and much stronger, or much faster and more durable than Steel Haze Ortis indeed. So now we will be doing a final PvP test where I'll have another player pilot both Steel Haze and Steel Haze Ortis versus this Reforged variant to see which build is indeed superior. Alright, I got my buddy Shattered on. He's helped me a lot with the Requiem series, which is very similar to this, although that one I handle player builds instead of the presets. But yes, he's here to help me. He'll be piloting Steel Haze and Steel Haze Ortis. And yes, enjoy the fights. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Steel Haze has Assault.
Terminal?
And then he has Ortis. On Ortis, he has Terminal, anyway. Yeah. But this one's Assault.
I only remember he has Terminal because I made my Steel Maid Ortus.
I see. Alright,
Again, that's the BVO.
Pretty much.
BVO, never mind.
Oh, it is. It pretty much is. I have double Viento.
Double melee.
It's on the back. It's not double melee.
Is it? You have the Slicer and like a coat and like the Buddha blade, right? That's what you had?
Nope.
It looked like.
Nah. I can smell you. Oh,
there you are.
Hello there.
There you are, you little shit.
What's the soul boost at you? It is Rusty's signature.
God, fucking even 1BVO is stupid.
I know. Ooh. How did I get staggered? What? I'm so confused.
Ah, I'm dead.
Oh! How did I get staggered at the end of that? That was crazy.
Swap it. Like the rate they get staggered in the tank is so dumb.
I know, it is wacky.
Like I know tanks are slower, but I like watch like half my fucking bar fill up in like 3 seconds. But I have 2,000 ACS. It's just like wow, okay.
Don't really know why I did that, to be honest. But hey, I did.
I didn't hit you!
No.
Okay, I got cheated.
Just nearly.
I got scammed.
Hey, we've both been
Down.
scammed. Now we're chilling. Oh, dude. Anything is possible. Oh, barely.
Ah. How do you play my aerial?
cool down, my little drone boy. There we go. Good. He's a hard one to catch.
You can't catch this. Yeah, the recoil control in these knockfire arms are really killing me. I can't hit you.
I barely hit you too. Just needling to death there. GG, brother.
Or more back sucks. I hate fighting against it.
It's pretty tough. I wish we could play in the map where you actually get to fight Walter and on this island, basically. Which we are on here, but when it's actually flying, that'd be so cool. The backdrop where you fight actual steelies.
In the rain, like a real dramatic
yeah,
in the rain.
You've
I
said
said
this.
last time, but I still want that so bad.
It would be so cool. Nice stormy sky, rainy, thunder clouds, all that cool stuff.
Or like in the, or like on the I like on the one in the back one of the ships. Jesus Christ, they're so fast.
I don't know what. Oh, because I didn't switch it. And naturally have this out first. You're good. Oh. You're good. Oh, the reversal. And we still got 5 seconds of infinite life.
I'll continue to fly over Kaiser Rubicon. It won't stop.
He won't stop the Twitch Lavora. Dear God. His resolve cannot stop bullets. Dear God. Rusty is the real hero of Armor Core 6. Again, motherfucker. I do not mean to have this out. I just have it out naturally. I assume I just have both fucking Ventos, but I do not. Get your ass back here!
Don't let your thing run out. Fuck you.
What's your thing to run out?
Even though like your stagger's already back.
So you're still
dead.
Maybe almost. Hold on, this. Show whoop.
You can't.
Show whoop. You get. Yeah, man. Churno are really good, but they're situational. You need to like know when to use them. Like whenever the enemy has like a charge attack, or they're just assault boosting at you. That's the only time you can use Churno now. Sadly, but I guess it kind of makes sense. That's
I got you a few times with it though.
Oh yeah, for sure, exactly. But at that rate, I mean, I was pretty much out of boost, so I couldn't dodge anymore. But still, either way, yeah. Alrighty, and those are the fights. Big thanks to Shattered again for helping out. Links to his comic and his social medias will be in the description below, of course. Please do check them out. They're pretty dope. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any ideas and stuff like that or feedback, please do leave them in a comment below. As well as after this video goes up, I will be making a community post posting 2 more builds to be taken a look at out of the presets that you guys can actually vote on which one will be featured first. So keep an eye out for that, and have yourselves a very good one. Peace out for now.